stay there. I will be there in 1 second. We're gonna start this. It's been a while since I streamed. Man. Who'd have known? Me, somebody who's supposed to have a schedule, doesn't even have a... Okay. But yeah, give me a second. I'll be there in 2 minutes. Less than 2 minutes. All right. Welcome. Let us begin. Let me press this button over here. There we go, so I can actually see what I'm doing. And welcome back. Welcome back to my stream. And welcome back to the Greatest Attorney Chronicles. It's been a long time and I just realized that the audio is muted. There we go. Now you should be able to listen to the game audio. If the audio, please tell me if the audio levels are fine or not. If you can't hear the game, I'm gonna I thought the audio levels on the game itself were a little low last time, so I'm just raising it ever so slightly. Hopefully everything sounds good. And it's been a week. Thank you for that. Give that, Hervey. Thank you for that. It has been a while and I am so sorry. It's been a combination of a lot of things. But thankfully, I think I just realized that my TV is not muted. There we go. Muted my TV and now things should be fine. Anyway, without much ado, yeah, but that's okay. Honestly, I've had a good rest, and I think I'm ready to just go back into the swing of things, which is great because I just saw the schedule, my work schedule for next week. What say you about an Ace Attorney week? All Ace Attorney all the time. Because I think that's what's going to happen. I'm not saying I'm going to beat Ace Attorney because I am nowhere close to beating this game. I'm only on case 3 of, I think it's 5 cases. But that's what could happen next week. I mean, I hope people don't get too... Oh, yeah, I forgot. Little Mr. Brainhead, I need to realize what the heck is going on with the... Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. My head's starting to hurt just thinking about this guy. I completely forgot what the deal was with this guy, and now I remembered. Gosh, I need a drink. Okay. So we were this close from explaining that, from getting him scot-free. And then because he decided to open his big fat mouth, now we have to prove that what he said, that, let's just continue because this guy's just annoying. Do I remember what his voice was like? I don't think so. To be clear, I'm still at the stage of gathering data for my research. My hypothesis states that Kinesis cannot transport metal, though, hence the metal weapon would have stayed put. Right? In other words, the point just raised by Mr. Naruhodo isn't an inconsistency at all. Mr. Asman was the patron patron of my research. Without him, my work wouldn't have been possible. Now I have a duty to protect the incredible machine that we built together. What is wrong with you? Oh my gosh. It's been a while, but now I remember this guy is gonna be a pain in the ass, man. Everybody agrees with me, I see. Thank you for agreeing with me, everybody.
So, the thrust of your testimony, Professor, is
that based upon his hypothesis, metal objects cannot be moved by this method of instantaneous kinesis. I wonder, because this is the late 1800s. Do they know that there's iron in people's bloods? Because there's iron in people's bloods. If his hypothesis is correct, that means that no, you couldn't be able to move a human body.
In other words,
since the screwdriver is made of metal, even if it remained lodged in the victim's chest, its subsequent discovery on the stage despite the victim being found elsewhere is not an inconsistency.
And therefore,
Professor Albert Harebrained could still have been the killer. Harebrained? There's a saying that I'm sure a lot of people know. It's called quit while you're ahead. My great hypothesis holds, you see. We had to make the case used to contain the subject from wood for that very reason.
I was not addressing you, witness.
Professor Harebrained? Yes. Whose side are you on here? Thank you. I don't take sides, Miss Naruhodo. No. My only interest lies in upholding my hypothesis. I am a scientist, after all. Well, your only interest is gonna get you killed. Just telling you that. Is he working for us or against us? Very hard to tell. Let's see how you cross-examine this testimony, my Nipponese friend. Yes, far away, Mr. Naruhodo. Oh boy, this guy. Okay, never mind. We're doing this. To be clear. Okay, yeah.
Hold it.
Okay. And yet you returned to my argument wasn't lacking in confidence in any way. No scientist can find the truth without first finding self-belief. Those were the words of a certain scientist I hold in the very highest esteem. But you realize that disproving my argument puts you in a very precarious position, don't you? No scientist should strive to protect himself more than he strives to protect the truth. More words from the same great scientist, you know? Words that are causing me a lot of trouble. Who is this scientist? I'm afraid I couldn't tell you, Mr. Naruhodo. But as soon as I remember the magnificent genius's name, you'll be the first to know. It might be worth keeping the names of your idols to mind. Yeah, like me. One of my favorite idols is... You know what? Let's keep going. You're wasting your breath, my learned friend. This scatterbrain even forgets my name at times. So, Lord Van Six really did have a friend once. But I didn't notice hell freezing over. Wow, savage. That's savage right there. Okay.
Hold it.
Really? Tell me more about this. So your hypothesis states it, so it's not proven then. Woo! what do you know? Wendy, how are you doing? Thank you for the subscription. Oh my gosh. Like, really? Also, welcome. Thank you for being here. Yo. Thank you for the subscription. I know you've been mentioning it for a while now, and sorry. Oh, sorry. And ow, my eyes. Sorry. But still, it's very pleasant to have that. Thanks for the sub. No, of course not. It's merely a hypothesis, but a good one, based upon thousands of calculations. But it is widely known that metals can't be decomposed by electrolysis. Yes, of course. So I am right. My hypothesis is clearly correct. What is it about incriminating himself that makes this man so happy? I don't know, maybe somebody just, bribed him into being found guilty, but if you bribe people into being found guilty, then they will go to jail at the very least, and at the most, they will be hanged. I wouldn't want that. It's the whole reason the birdcage is made of wood, you see? Sorry, the birdcage? Yes, that's what I call the C. obtusa cage, in which Mr. Asman was placed for the kinesis.
Oh, the jail cell which the victim was detained. It does indeed seem to be made for a timber of some sort.
Oh, thank you not to refer it as an instrument of incarceration, your lordship. Yes, Ryunosuke, we know.
In short, any weapon lodged in the victim when he was beamed away by instantaneous kinesis would have been left behind on the stage if it was made of metal, correct?
Yes, that's it. Yes. It all fits perfectly with the mathematical model.
But the ultimate conclusion, then, is that the defendant alone had the opportunity to inflict this fatal injury on the victim, is it not? Oh, indeed, sir.
Someone beat me out of this. I'm sorry, Ryunosuke. I'm so sorry. Yes, I know, buddy. I know. I've gone through 6 games of this, so... Well, 7 technically, but I know. We love to, but the teleport machine is broke at the moment. Yes, it is. Also, it seems to have a 100% kill rate, so I wouldn't want to use that. Okay. Hold it. You seem to be pleased by that. Yes, another example of my hypothesis holding true. Hey, but I sense some sarcasm, Mr. Naruhodo. Are you not pleased? No. I knew it. At the end of the day, I'm the one responsible for Mr. Asman losing his life. The advancement of science is no excuse. I know that. No, you're quite right.
Eldercord, did you have a close relationship with Mr. Asman?
Well, no, not really. I mean, I'd only met him 2 or 3 times, and we'd only ever discussed my hypothesis at the project, and the research grant, of course. Okay, he was a part of my research, but I had my work with him. Alright. How did you come to know Mr. Asman in the first place? A year ago now, a small provincial science journal published a little paper about my work. Small, little... Oh my gosh, that is so adorable. It's like... Not even that can make any... We don't want to see your Pokemon cards. Come on, we have to battle him. I got a killer, like, shadow Pokemon set. I think I can take him.
The Asa Scientific Journal? Good gracious, I should need new spectacles.
I might have an extraordinary hypothesis and great promise, but at the time, I had no money. I had to eat tiny little meals at tiny little cafe and drink watered down water. What tiny little glass? What is watered down water? Do I even want to know? But Mr. Asman read the paper and came to visit me at my tiny little laboratory.
And offer you money to help fund your work.
Exactly! That's exactly what happened. I handled the theoretical side of things, and Mr. Asman provided me with an engineer for the practical. And the three of us produced that fantastic machine together. Hairbrain, do you know what you just said? You said there is a third person. Where is this third person? The machine that you brought to the great exhibition to demonstrate. Yes, we had to apply to the government for some sort of inspection to be allowed to exhibit, I think. I didn't understand all that side of things, so Mr. Asman took care of all of it. He was a wonderful man. Really, I owe him everything. Okay, no. There is no way we're going to not think about this. There is a third person. You just mentioned a third person, and we have not even talked to this third person. What's wrong with you, Hairbrain?
Hold it!
So when you say that you built the machine together, does that mean you were involved in its construction? Yes. But, well, not exactly. I'm not good with the practical side of machines myself, so the physical construction was done by an engineer. Sorry, wrong button.
Little remains of your creation now, but though following the explosion. Repair will no doubt be impossible.
Yes, I realize that. But still, if someone were to gather all the broken parts, they could discover the secret of my hypothesis. But Mr. Asman and I toiled over that machine for so long. We put our hearts and souls into it. I have to protect our work. So, what's left of the machine must be kept safe. That's only fair, because what happened was an accident. Okay, that's the extent of the testimony then. Thank goodness for that. I don't want him doing any more damage. He's already basically proven that he could have been the culprit. But it seems as though all he really cares about is defending his hypothesis. Still, I wonder, what if his hypothesis is just fundamentally flawed? So we need to figure out... Let me say something real quick. I'm not going to... Okay. We already checked this. Yeah, there's nothing else to check here. Okay, I'm just checking everything to see if there's anything I want to... Everything I want to check. Nothing particular here. I still think this is how this got into his body. I'm just checking that the... Wait, what's this? The Reaper attacked. It's the kingpins of the criminal underworld, generally managing to escape conviction in the Reaper's trials, and this isn't the first time their henchmen have tried to attack Lorven 6 as a result, by the sound of it. It makes you think, if that's how the justice system works in London, then there must be dark forces at work. Yep. Wait, nothing about the lost cat? Come on, man! Okay. My gosh. I got nothing. Okay.
Damn it, there goes my lost cat, Jimmy. Exactly. Rip Jimmy. Wait! Wait, I got it! I got it! Yes! Yes, look at this! Asman's glasses! Those have to be metal rims. And this has to be a metal button. So the theory that the thing shouldn't transport metal is wrong. I got it. Oh my gosh, I love it when I get it. Just like that.
All right.
Objection.
Yes! I love it. Professor Hairbrain, you say that, according to your hypothesis, nothing made of metal can be beamed by instantaneous kinesis using the machine you made. Is that right? Yes, that's right. Spot on. Exactly correct. In that case, I'd ask you to have a look at this photograph that was taken at the scene. In particular, I'd like you to pay attention to the victim's face. Can you clearly see that Mr. Asman is wearing a pair of spectacles with a metal rim? What? Metal? No. Metal? No, that's not... Metal? No! We've already established that the proposed murder weapon, the screwdriver, was found on the stage. However, if your hypothesis correctly predicted that outcome, it should also have predicted that the metal rim spectacles would be found in the same place. Ah! My hypothesis! Professor Hairbrain, this isn't easy for me to say, but your hypothesis is clearly flawed. Order! Counsel, what is the implication of this? If, on the day of question, the alleged instantaneous kinesis never actually took place, then it's entirely possible that the victim was killed somewhere other than on the stage. And, in that case, someone other than the defendant could have been the culprit. But my hypothesis is sound! I proved that day the experiment was a success. The experiment was proof of all my work. If I could say something here, Smack. It's okay, buddy. It's okay. We all make mistakes. I could say something here in my capacity as a fellow of the Royal Society. Yes, you're on number 4. Go ahead. As a man of science, there's something I simply cannot abide. And that's a fraud who pretends to be a fellow man of science. What? Wait. Great Scott! Are you suggesting that my science is suspect? It's just been disproved, hasn't it? In front of all of us. In other words, the whole demonstration was a complete nonsense from start to finish. Believe me, my fellow jurors, when I tell you that this man is a heel, a bounder, and a fraud. I said the records of that machine should be stripped down and thoroughly examined. Oh, never! No, that machine is the essence of my life hypothesis. It's protected by the Special Dispensation for Scientific Equipment Act. What the devil is that busted act all about, huh? Who made it such a tough rule? I don't like the way this seems to be going. What's the best way for me to help the professor? Let's see, should I raise an objection or should I let people go off there? Now, I think I'll raise an objection on this one.
Objection.
Professor Hairbrain has yet to perfect his invention. That would seem to be the case, yes, but even so what? Go into such trouble and expense to create a fake machine to display in public? He would have absolutely no reason to do such a thing.
Objection!
He had an obvious reason to do exactly that. For the research grant money.
Wait a minute. If the government was foolish enough to have deemed the man's ridiculous notion plausible, he and his conspirators would have received a handsome sum indeed.
Conspirators? What would be the value of such a grant? 10 pounds?
You're an order of magnitude out, madam. 500 pounds a year.
Wow.
The Cliff had summoned that much for years. The societies noted an increase in bogus public demonstrations on the field of science recently. And plenty of scientists arguing with each other to get the larger slice of the funding cake. People's greed is plenty motive enough for murder, I assure you.
Oh my god. No. I haven't deceived anyone. At least of all, the government. My hypothesis is sound. The science is sound. Please, you must believe me.
Objection!
Poor man. The thing about it is, he's defending his hypothesis despite the fact that it could kill him. No matter how unbelievable this hypothesis may seem to you, ladies and gentlemen, the fact remains that the victim was transported instantly to the Crystal Tower. Which means that the experiment was indeed a success. Barak! And therefore, the only person who could possibly have committed this murder is the accused. Oh, Barak. I saw that coming a mile away and it still was funny. Where is this heading? I have no idea. Me neither. We have zero prep time. I don't know where this case is going. I don't even want to think about this, but here we go. My lord, if I may.
Yes, Lord Van Six.
The prosecution would like to summon new witnesses to the stand.
New witnesses? What would be the nature of their involvement?
I just thought of a ridiculous thing in regard to the abortion thing. Oh, interesting. Can you tell me on Messenger? That sounds like something that would be nice for you to tell me in Messenger, you know? That would be a great... Yes. I have my phone beside me, so don't worry about it. I can answer to you. Anyway, there were spectators of the demonstration at the exhibition, who were occupying special seats. Oh my god. Wind. Was that all? Was that everything? Oh gosh. Nah, you're right. You're right. And this is weird because I'm doing a conversation right now with somebody who's texting me and I'm answering them like talking because they're listening to right now, but yeah, I getcha.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds like a very interesting conversation that should be continuing in Messenger, honestly. I'm sorry that I have to filter that out of the stream, but yeah. Yeah, that sounds like a very important message to talk about, but I don't know if I want to do it here. That is not at this particular stream. Anyway, so we have eyewitnesses. Very well. The court grants the prosecution's request. I should very much like to hear from eyewitnesses to the incident.
The prosecution's stance is clear. This experiment was no postage,
However you pronounce that word.
The accused killed the financier victim there on the public stage, before the very eyes of the spectators. Now, my learned friend.
Oh, yes?
It's time for you to make your own stance clear.
There's clearly a flaw in the professor's hypothesis. I can definitely see that. But where does that leave me? I don't know. We shall take a short recess now, during which time the prosecution will prepare its new witnesses to take the stand.
As you wish, my lord.
Good, in that case, court is adjourned for 20 minutes. Okay, are we not gonna bring up the fact that there is a third person involved with the construction of this thing? I'm sorry, what? So I'm mowing the lawn in Flowers Flipper and I just walk through the stairs to... Who are you? Like, what's that superhero that can go through walls? Oh my gosh. Who are you, man? Well, if I had gone for 30 more minutes, I would have been able to stop the episode right at the to be continued, but no. Just me being me. Mr. Naruhodo. What on earth were you playing at just now? Or rather, what on earth were you playing at all along? My hypothesis! My amazing hypothesis! You've been picking holes in it from the start! Sorry about that. But you promised me! You said you proved that dreaded explosion was an accident, not murder. You said you kept my precious invention from falling into anyone else's hands. Two next questions you don't want the answers to. Windy? I am concerned because, you know where I live, and that is, I don't want you to, like, walk through the walls to my room. But all you've done so far is to try and undermine me. Yes, I did make you a promise, you're right. I said that I'd believe you and fight for your freedom to the very end. Windy? Windy? What are we doing here? But I also told you I was no scientist. I don't understand your hypothesis. The fact is, there's an undeniable flaw in your logic, isn't there? But if I just run through some equations... Yes, you see, it's because my work is incomplete. Perhaps it is. Nevertheless, a man died as a consequence, didn't he? Oh no! You're right. You're so right. It's all my fault. And I have no right to blame you for my failures. I'm a disaster. Not just as a scientist, but as a human being. Well, that might be a little over the top. And while we're on the subject, what about Barak? He's being awful. Claiming his old university friend to be a murderer, you mean? It's a disaster, not just as a prosecutor, but as a human being!
thing. But no, wait. He's the Reaper, isn't he? Perhaps he's not classified as a Homo sapiens anymore.
Glad that's cleared up.
Okay, can I double check something with you? Yes, what? The machine and demonstration you prepared, they were based entirely on your hypothesis, correct? I presume. There was no trickery involved. I drew the plans for the machine with my very own hands. Every line was painstakingly drawn with the firm belief that science is the only future. So yes, it's true that my hypothesis hasn't reached maturity yet. But please, Mr. Naruhodo, you must believe in it. Alright, Professor, I understand. Counsel, defendant. Prosecution's witnesses are ready to take the stand. Court is about to be in session again. Make your way to the courtroom, please. Are we seriously not gonna talk about it? I'm gonna keep bringing him up until we see him in court. Where is that engineer? Where is the third person? That is the person we should be interrogating right now. It all hinges on that demonstration. If the professor's hypothesis is as sound as it claims, it leaves him as the only person who could possibly have killed the victim. Praising, Wendy, please. Praising. But on the other hand, Mr. Sholmes was adamant. A practical implementation, such was attempted by the professor at the Great Exhibition, is quite impossible. So really, what should I be trying to prove here? I don't know. We can keep trying. We can keep trying. October 23rd, 11 a.m. Let's do this. Where are our witnesses? In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby reconvene the proceedings of this court. Counsels for the defense and the prosecution, are you ready for the new witnesses to testify? The prosecution is ready, my lord. As is the defense, my lord. Oh, Lord Van Six, I believe these next witnesses saw the demonstration on the day in question with their own eyes. Indeed, they did. And as luck would have it, one of them is a police detective. So the testimony we're about to hear can be considered highly reliable. Perfect. A detective of all people. The prosecution's stance remains unchanged. Though it ended in tragedy, the demonstration on the day in question was scientifically sound. And consequently, the sole person with the opportunity to have committed this act of murder is the only other individual to have been present on the stage at the time, the accused. You know, I actually like this like two different ways that the game is presenting this. The defense actually doesn't believe the hypothesis is correct, and we're trying to go through that logic by explaining, because it wasn't correct, you're innocent, my client is innocent. But the prosecution is saying the whole thing was sound, it was correct. And because Van Six was a friend of the defendant, is saying, yeah, it was sound, it was correct. But by going that way, the only logical conclusion is the defendant killed the victim. It's interesting and also very tragic, honestly. Thank you, counsel. The prosecution's position is clear. So, bring forward your witnesses now.
Bailiff, show the witnesses in. The witnesses whose proximity to the incident on the day in question will clarify the truth unequivocally. Okay. Okay. Freaking hell, I freaking knew it. When they said a detective, I was like, there's no way. There's no way. Ah, freaking knew it. Ah, need a drink.
Witnesses, state your names and occupations for the court to hear.
My name is Baltasar Loon. I am the impresario for the hot air balloons in vicinity of the experimental stage.
My name is Wilhelm Garces Sigismund Umstein. I have come to see the great exhibition out the way from my home in Bohemia.
Okay, that was adorable.
I am very rich.
Guts?
Can you give me one or two of those coins? Just two.
Gosh.
Inspector Gina Lestrade, Scotland Yard. I'm a great detective. Even the Earl Jones are degrees. I was on security duty at the exhibition and I got up one of them balloons. That's amazing.
Gina, again.
Third time in the courtroom, Gina. But she did mention that she'd seen the disaster from up in a balloon, actually, didn't she? And she clearly loved every minute of it. Look at that face. That's the face that loves disaster and destruction.
There were 3 balloons flying near the public experimentation stage when the incident occurred. 2 of those witnesses were in one such balloon at the time and saw events unfold from the skies above.
You make it sound like they were in the clouds. It was only an attitude circle 60 feet. Very low.
Well, you can't see nothing. You fly too high, can you?
60 feet, about 18 meters then. He had to do the conversion in his head. Nicely done.
Thank you for your introductions. Now, you will give me your formal testimony for the court. Only describe exactly what you witnessed, especially those of you who had a vantage point above the stage.
Okay. He was obvious the kid was below the stage, because if he was hit by something from the debris, then he must have been below the stage.
It was an incident, terrible. I was only grateful that my balloons were not damaged.
There was this huge bang at the stage, and at the next second, another bang in the sky beside us.
Huh. I want to look into that a bit more.
And from amidst the smoke, a cage appeared out of nowhere.
The cage, it fell from the sky like a stone and crashed into the crystal tower.
Wait, there was like no propulsion, like it didn't go in an arc, it just like appeared and just dropped like a rock. Huh. I didn't get a good look inside the cage, but no one went near it after it crashed into the tower.
A most extraordinary collective account, I must say.
Could I just clarify something? There's a detail in the witness's testimony that I've not heard any mention of until now. Specifically, that there were 2 explosions.
More precisely, 2 explosions in 2 separate places. Yes. When the demonstration began, the balloon carrying the 2 witnesses was around here. There were other balloons in the air nearby at the time carrying other passengers, to be clear. Then, as power was supplied to the machine for the demonstration, the first explosion occurred. The so-called birdcage that contained the victim disappeared from the stage, and a moment later, The second explosion occurred, directly adjacent to the balloon carrying the witnesses. The birdcage appeared at the site of the explosion, subsequently to plummet down to the crystal tower. I freaking know how it happened. I have a theory. I have a theory about how all this happened. Let me go through this first, and then I'll tell you my theory, because I want... Wait, I can get to the core record now, right? All right. So this is showing three balloons, right? Let me just... This is showing 3 balloons, right? But there's no third balloon in the other thing, right? Let me just get out of here. This evidence doesn't show 3 balloons, it shows two. So here's what I think. You know how I'm harping on that third individual, that third person that we haven't heard about at all. Now, hear me out. Now, I'm pretty sure the reason behind this being such a tall structure, it all depends on the calculations of our scientist defendant. However, what if the assman that we saw get on the cage is not the assman that was killed? I'm thinking the engineer or somebody else dressed up as assman got on the place here. Since the engineer was the one who actually built the thing based on the specifications of the defendant, he could have built like a trapdoor on the bottom of this, right around here. At the moment of the explosion, the trapdoor happened, and the casing here fell down, sending the engineer or whoever it was down here. Then the explosion happened. The dead man was already dead at that point on the balloon that's over here. So the balloon explodes. That's the second explosion. And then the cage with the dead ass man falls down like a rock right here where the body is discovered. That is my theory on how the events happened. The question is this: if I'm right on this, there needs to be a fourth person, because since the events happen so quickly, there is no way. I'm thinking that a fourth person used this crossbow not to kill Assman, but to pop the balloon and to bring the body down. So that person needed to be on the grounds, aiming at the balloon, waiting for the first explosion to happen in order to pop the other balloon. So there's 2 people. There has to be 2 people, if my theory is correct. Okay. That's what I think happened. I could be wrong, but let's continue. I was very surprised. Suddenly a cage appeared before my eyes with a person inside. The blast was so hot, but I didn't want to miss a thing, so I kept my eyes wide. Oh, yeah, he lost his balloon. Thank you. I still have lots of money. I see. Precisely who is this curious infant? I'm told he is a young noble of Bohemian royalty. Apparently, he disguised himself in order to steal unnoticed into the great exhibition. Ja, I am here in London on a sightseeing trip with my elementary school. He will have the benefit of a child's point of view in the testimony. Do we really need that? I mean,
In the first game, we had a case where a child's testimony was the key element in getting us to the right path. So yes, we do need a child's perspective every now and then. When I remove my mask, this is what I look like.
Oh, yes, I see. A delightful face, I'm sure.
Ja, everybody says so. Great disguise then.
The point is, the testimony of these witnesses further substantiates the facts for the court. Namely that despite ending in an explosion, instantaneous kinesis was successfully demonstrated. And furthermore, that unto the arrival of the police, no one approached the crystal tower where the victim fell.
Honestly, I'm not debating that part. I think that's true.
Therefore, only the accused, who still was with Mr. Assman on the stage, could possibly have committed the murder. Yes, thank you, counsel. The prosecution's views on the matter are quite clear.
Let's continue, sorry.
So the defense's cross-examination now, please.
Yes, my lord. Sorry, I'm doing something. All right. So, okay, so there's a couple of things I want to get from this.
Hold it!
Let's see what we get. So there were 3 balloons flying about the experimentation stage at the time, I understand. Yeah, that's the thing, because the image says 2.
See, all 3 of them. My bellissime bambini. They were very popular, signor. Some people will pay £10 for one ride.
£10? That's more than my annual stipend. £20 a month. That is my pocket money. Royals have all the luck. Oh, good lord, what's up with the fat guy? Fat guy is the hot air balloon guy. So he's not fat, he's just full of hot air, okay? I got up there for free, I did. I played the all I work for the Majesty for the Majesty Police and all, you know? What's with her? She looks like the thief guy. She is the thief girl. She is the thief girl from like the first game, but she's now a detective. Or so she says. She's an investigator. She's in training. So she's with the law, I guess. Detective has all the luck. So, if they're so popular... Mid girl. Come on, she's not mid. She's actually pretty sweet. But very, very, very conniving too. If they're so popular, why would you only be operating such a small number of balloons though? Because if I have too many in the skies, they would crash into each other.
The operators for the balloons were decided by lots, with each operator manning a particular area.
See, and the... So Gina has a child. Oh no. Wait, how old is Gina? Gina's only 18. I think that's a little too young to have a child. Also, how young is this kid? The Bohemian Boy is 11, don't. Can you imagine? I don't want to think about it. And the boss on public experimentation stage is the most profitable. And the other impresarios, they hate me. Guess it depends on who you ask when having a kid at 18. I mean, yeah. I could say some stories, but I think I'm gonna save them because they're kind of more personal. But, yeah. I've seen people have kids at 16, maybe 15. But if she wanted that kid, she would have to get pregnant at 7. Let's not think too hard on that one, please. Moving along.
Thank you, witness. I think the court has a clear picture of the arrangements for balloon rides at the exhibition. Perhaps we should hear more about what you actually witnessed for the incident.
Right? I can feel you in there, my lord. There's this huge bang from the stage, and then the next second, another bang from the sky beside us. Yes, tell us about this second bang. So, you actually saw the accident happen from up in the air? Yep. It is amazing what the detective gets to do, eh? I'm telling you, Otto, being a lawyer is a mug's game. You should join the force, and we can go flying together. You know me so well. Wow. Gina's reading him like a book. Yes, well, actually, could you tell us exactly what you saw, don't you think? Everything. We saw everything because we were up above it all. That dodgy cove climbing onto that cage, and the dodgy professor pulling on the levers. Still hard to believe that Gina's a detective. I know! When I first saw her, it's like, what the hell are you doing? Here's the thing. I had a feeling that we were going to see her again in this game, but not as a detective. That is such a huge change. Like, I can't remember any other character that has such a huge change in professions, except maybe Larry Botts. And that's when it happened. That's when there was a massive bang and the cage disappeared. Just like that.
You are describing the moment the subject's body was decomposed by the electricity, I believe.
Wait, who's Genie? Now you're confusing me, Dad. You're confusing me, and I feel so confused. I feel so confused when you talk to me like that. I didn't know what to make of it, but there was another bang right in my ear. I look around, and there was a huge gray fireball right next to us in the sky, and there was nothing there before. Ooh. You're just giving everybody nicknames now, Dad. All right. Anything you want to tell us, boy?
Excuse me.
Master Guts, does your memory of the day differ? Master Guts? My sister is at elementary school. At elementary school, say, but when you meet someone for the first time, you should always use the full name. Yes, what was it again? It's okay. It's okay, Dad. It's just a sleep up. Everybody has one of those. I have one of those every 10 minutes in the streams. You know it. Wilhelm Gostrich Sigmund Ornstein. Just the 4 names then. The point is, do you have something to say? Something to add in response to Detective Gina Lestrange's last remark, perhaps? I get it right, Lodo. It's Inspector Lestrade. Why does everyone have a problem with how I address them at the moment? Ryunosuke, your life is pain and I feel it. That is not what I saw. Huh? Yeah. Where was the second explosion? There was a second explosion and it was right beside a balloon. That is true. Patsy said. That's good. Which is what I say, innit? 1 minute there was nothing there. Next, a massive explosion. My teacher at the elementary school says that that when someone else is speaking, if you are rude enough to interrupt, you will have the most awful life imaginable. Also, give me another balloon. Are all Bohemians brought up to be such full of joy? I know, such happiness and joy and merriment. I'm confused. Another balloon? Yes. This guy is making off like a bandit here. Look at that. Also, yes, that is yes. That's a real flame in his hat. He's a hothead. Just before the second explosion happened next to a balloon, I clearly witnessed a green balloon flying in the sky. Yes! I didn't want to say it, but I think this is part of the balloon. I think that's part of the balloon. Sorry, excuse me. Sorry, I had to cough. Strangely enough, he isn't the weirdest designing Ace Attorney. And you know because you played Ace Attorney before. A green balloon? Hey, you what? I never saw nothing like that. Well, I did. I saw it. And you can't say I didn't. I will complain to the council. I will cry and scream. My testimony is the truth. I am Bohemian Prince. You cannot say it's a lie. That is not allowed. Playing the bleeding royalty call, are ya? Typical. You know I'm right. Says the orphan who likes to remind people she works for Her Majesty's police. In that case, young man, I must ask you to amend your formal testimony in the interest of coordinational relationships between Great Britain and Bohemia. Okay. Oh my gosh. I guess I should tell you guys, I have emotes are coming. I hope to have them real soon. But one emote that I really would want to have when I have more spaces is a smog emote. Don't we have an actual smog, like a formal smog emote? Oh my gosh, we need to. Yeah, I know. Well, this will have to make do. That'll have to make do. Okay. So let's just amend this thing. Let's see what he says. It was not the sky that exploded. It was the green balloons that was next to us at the time. Okay, tell me more about this, because I think this is where I need to attack. A green balloon, you say? Are you sure about that? Are you sure about that? Of course I am sure. I am proud Bohemian Prince. All these questions are making me boring. I think you mean bored? English is very annoying. The language of my countrymen is far superior. Rasago, it is very wrong to lie. Lie? Flying balloons never explode. For the same reason the planets never explode, it is logical. You pour fire and gas into a balloon to make it blow, to make it up. There's a very high likelihood that those things can explode. There's a reason I never got into an hot air balloon, by the way. Never. Please tell me that doesn't mean logical. If you insult me, you insult Alba Bohemia.
Madai.
That devil has the army coming to tell just stupid balloons out of this guy. All of them. Yes, I object that.
Here you are, Your Highness.
If only If only all international incidents were so easily resolved. I know, the world will live in peace. Everybody gets a balloon. You get a balloon. You get a balloon. And you get a balloon. World peace. That is the secret to world peace. Just give everybody a balloon. How I wish. I would personally fill all those balloons, by the way, if that was the truth. Now the peaceful relationships have been restored here in the court. Perhaps we could return to the testimony. Did you also see the moment that the cage materialized, Mr. Loon?
No, I did not see the explosion myself. However...
Should I continue or should I try?
Okay, she fell from the sky like a stone and crashed into the crystal tower.
No, wait, no, I pressed the wrong button.
Damn it, wrong button.
The prosecution really is asserting that the demonstration was genuine. Sorry, why didn't I see it before? I didn't see that before. But what if it was actually some kind of switch around trick instead? Which could mean that the victim was never actually on the stage in the first place. The two explosions could have thrown everyone watching a panic for sure. I think I need to find more about what exactly people saw at the time. Oh my gosh, what's his full name? I need to see his full name. But first, I think I know what I need to do. Hopefully I'm right. Freaking hell. Okay. Please be right.
Objection.
No, it's not! Damn it! The defense will have to object to the last statement, my lord.
And I will have to overrule your objection, counsel.
The defense would have to accept the penalty given.
Glad to hear it. You would also have to think again.
Oh, wow. That was very... Also be Luna Moon? Yeah. No, I'm going back. Okay, let's talk about this one.
Hold it.
Did you see that actually happen? Okay. His full name is... Balthazar Loon, or Balloon, of course. I hate myself for not seeing that sooner. I hate myself for not seeing that sooner. Damn it, Death!
No, in reality, I did not. I saw after he hit the tower. There was a grande confusione around the stage. I ran to see what happened. I was terrorized by the idea that one of my balloons had crashed.
I suppose they are his livelihoods.
But when I looked up to the sky, all my precious balloons were still there.
I saw it though. I saw it climb into the tower. After all, I am a detective now. Son. It's okay. Pawns are the devil's trickery anyway. That's why I love them. Then tell us what you saw, Inspector Lestrade. That's what I like to hear. Mm-hmm. Okay, let's press this one again. Or rather, again, for the first time. So was it you who gave the order to keep people away? Use your head, Otto. How could it have been me? I was up in a balloon, weren't I? Oh, right. I just so cause I was available. He was the boss who had to leg it over there. He was getting shot and kicked all over by the panicking spectators. He tried to seal up the scene. He was a real sight to behold, I can tell you. Thing. Poor Inspector Gregson. But anyway, I couldn't see the cage that well because of all the smoke. And I didn't really want to see it, to be honest. I was scared of me wits. Keep it together, Inspector. Okay, we've already seen this. Some kind of switch around trickery. Let's see. The victim was never on stage in the first place. The two explosions will have thrown everyone once into a panic. Sure, I think I needed to find. Okay. Okay. Question. Oh, don't present this. Oh, okay. This only shows 2 balloons, but that shows 3. Here goes nothing. Here goes nothing.
Objection.
Crap! Yeah, I'm wrong. Fine. Okay. I still think I'm right on this one. It has to be something here. Ah, come on. No, sorry. Wrong button again. Let me press this one again. So you actually saw the accident happen from up in the air. Telling you. Okay, yeah, exactly what you saw. Everything, she saw everything. Judge Professor. Massive bang, indication disappeared. We've seen this. If you describe the moment. They look around, there was a huge giant fireball right next to us in the sky. There was nothing there before. But the flames, the cage, that's what. The moment the Bambus beam. The people who actually saw the demonstration with their own eyes really believe they saw something miraculous taking place. I'm trying to figure out something, but I can't. A green balloon. You sure about that? Okay. Yeah, we saw this. Oh, come on. I can get this. I'm just thinking. I'm thinking really hard because I can't. Honestly, if you know anything, any clues, anything about that, now's the time that I open up the suggestion box. Let me see what he's. Let me remind myself what he says about this. Oh no, he didn't see anything. Wait. Loon is gonna be rich after this court, I'm telling you. Okay, so... here's the thing. When I press, he says that all of his balloons were up there. But here's the thing. When we talked about the balloon exploding, not the balloon exploding, when we talked about the second explosion, He says there was a green balloon. Maybe his is the one I need to check? Is there anything I need to figure out? Okay. Yeah, maybe not. Oh my gosh. I want to say it's him. He is the link. He's the one I need to present. Because we need to show that this thing is piece of the balloon. Or maybe this?
Objection.
Yeah, I'm wrong. No, it doesn't. Freaking hell. I'm gonna be here forever. I'm gonna be here forever. Alright.
Objection.
I'm gonna be here for freaking ever. What the hell is wrong with me? Blah. Oh my gosh. That statement would seem to be at odds somehow with the evidence.
It is you to ask counsel to explain the somehows to the court, not the other way around.
It just seems to jar it though, don't you think?
What I think is that this whole exchange has been extremely jarring, yes.
Perhaps I need to reconsider this. Perhaps. Okay, you know what? I hate to do this right now, but I'm gonna do a small intermission because I have a small headache. So I'm gonna go and take some medicine for the headache, and I'll be back in 5 or less than 5 minutes. Don't worry about it. Just give me a second. I'm sorry? Do you want some? That's my candy. I just needed to get them from the living room. Okay. And yes, I have a headache. This is what happens when you don't take care of yourself. Ibuprofen. This is what happens when you don't take care of yourself. The headaches begin. And then the Demogorgon gets you. Oh wait, I've been watching too much Stranger Things. Now come on. Okay, let's continue. I already checked this, so it's not... Yo, Gabi, what's up? How are you doing? The Gobs himself appeared. How are you doing? As you can see, I am hopelessly lost in this case. Because this lady doesn't want to tell the truth straight. Wait a second. This is the statement I was waiting for. I don't know why I wasn't looking at it. Okay. Okay. Don't worry. I got it. I got it. Yeah. This is the trio of Asman jokes. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I have such brain rot right now. Because you just wrote cleaning the filter in my AC. The first thought in my head was like Animal Crossing. Oh my gosh. Imagine having an AC. I know, I'm sweating, but I'm sweating buckets here. I don't even know where I'm. Well, I have jammies, so I can lift them out, so I can let my legs breathe. But my gosh, it's getting hot in here. But yeah, oh my gosh. Huh. I'm sorry, I think I'm dropping frames here and there, so if you notice that I'm dropping frames, I apologize. It's not that much of a problem right now, but I am dropping some frames here and there. If it becomes a problem, let me know, and I may have to like restart the stream a little bit. Yeah, kind of like that. I just noticed that my internet is... I don't know why my internet isn't doing too well. Oh my god. Dang! Nice! Oh, Gobi! You're so generous. Oh my gosh. Thank you for making things a little bit softer for all of us. Thanks for the gift sub, Gobi, and welcome. Okay, now you're a subscriber, Death. Now you can enjoy all of one emote that I have right now. I will have more emotes in the future. Don't worry about it. They're on their way. The emotes are on their way. Anyway.
Objection.
Yes. I knew I was right. So, Mr. Loon, in your testimony, you said that all three of the balloons you had operating at the time were undamaged. Sí, that is correct. If they had been caught in the explosiones, it would have been terrible. I wonder if you might know what this is. I think it might be... See, part of a balloon. A part piece of the fabric of the envelope. Sorry? The envelope? A part, pardon. That is the large round part of the balloon which becomes filled with hot air. It is made from a very thick fabric lined with rubber. You don't want it to rip when you're in the sky. Just as I thought. I think... Guys, I just got my credit score. What other number? Don't tell me. It's 2. Oh my god. No! Oh my gosh. We have death here and we have the actual devil in here. This stream delivers, people. We have the death and we have the devil. Like, what else do we need? Where's Beelzebub? We need Beelzebub over here as well. Okay, this piece of cloth was found near the experimentation station. In other words, as Master Guts testified, a green balloon did indeed explode that day. No joke here. Can't have the demons. Can't have the demons messing with that. You and River being roomies? That sounds equal times awesome and terrifying. And I want to see that. If all the balloons in the sky above the experimentation stage belong to you, Mr. Loon. It's gonna be great. I know. I want to see that. Then your statement that they were all undamaged clearly contradicts the evidence. Boy. Boy, I swear to you. Hey, Wind. By any chance, are you downloading something? Just as a question. By any chance, are you downloading something? Or are you guys like using like... Yeah, let me show you. Let me show you what death means about the guy's name. This is the guy's name. Balthazar Loon. I'm just trying to figure out why am I dropping frames. So, okay. Yeah. Oh, this. Oh, this effort. Yeah, no, okay. Then there has to be something else about drop frames. I'm sorry, I'm just like... I have gigabit internet, and drop frames are a rarity here. So when they happen, I take them kind of seriously. But no, it's fine. Let's just continue with the stream. Hopefully we won't have that much problems. Hopefully. Let's continue. Stop showing up. Damn it. I knew having a cat as a roommate would be a problem. Then your statement that we're undamaged clearly contradicts the evidence. No!
If a balloon exploded that day, why didn't the man say so?
Maybe everyone on board was killed.
Oh no, just having to spend 10 whole pounds on experience was awful.
Seems to me that those things crash 50% of the time anyway. Bye, Loon. Bye, Loon. Oh my god, Gobi. The instantaneous kinesis did occur, but after the explosion on the stage, the point of materialization shifted to a location occupied by a balloon. Is the game in Japanese? I mean, it's the game in Japanese too. I mean, you play the game, or it's the same in Japanese. You know, I wouldn't put it past them, because this is supposed to be like IRL places, IRL, well, not IRL people, maybe sometimes, but it's supposed to be IRL Japan with IRL Great Britain and all that stuff. So the English names actually having puns in English makes sense. That said, you will never get me to play these games in Japanese because I do not read Japanese. No way, no how. You know what? I'll make a goal. If I ever get 10,000 subs on Twitch, 10,000 subs, no less, I will play one case of an Ace Attorney game entirely in Japanese. So get 9,000 people, get 10,000 people to sub to me, and I will do that. I will subject myself to that. You see that number that says right? Well, I don't know if you can see the number, but I see the number right now that says I have 4 subscribers. That number has to say 10,000. And the thing is, you know more Portuguese than I know Japanese, so imagine that.
Causing the balloon to explode? Yes, eminently possible.
An unfortunate traffic accident, as it were. But it changes nothing about the pertinent facts. No.
This I cannot accept.
Why not, Mr. Loon?
You are suggesting that I am a liar. The person's died in a balloon incidente.
There's no need to get fired up, Mr. Loon. The victim was the sole fatality that day.
That's right, and I prove it. Baltasar Loon is not a liar. There was no such balloon in the sky. It is not possible.
You're saying it is impossible? Why? This court has more important matters to discuss than the number of balloons that were operating that day. Or do we, Van Six? I think this is of the utmost importance and we should be exploring this thing. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. That's the first thing that came into mind. I'm an idiot. But we can't ignore the fact that nobody appears to have known anything about this other balloon until now. My lord, the defense calls for further testimony from Mr. Loon.
I concur. There is clearly more to the truth here than meets the eye. It is imperative that we clear up the issue of this phantom balloon, I feel. Witness, you will give supplementary testimony about the balloons you were operating at the exhibition. Grazie, my lord.
Okay, so it's just him? Nope, it's everybody now. It's still everybody. Alright.
As I said, Baltasar Loon is no liar. Every balloon I had in the sky landed safely.
So then, we are to assume that this is another balloon that wasn't one of yours?
All 3 of my balloons were carrying passengers. If they fell to the ground in an explosione, what a catastrophe!
But you can't get away from the fact that a burnt-up bit of cloth was found at the scene, can ya? The coppers at the jar reckon it was probably some debris from the explosion on the stage.
This stupid ragazzo is mistaken. My balloons have the red and blue zigzag stripes anyway.
Huh. I feel I need to press this one.
So your assertion is that the balloon this child saw was not one belonging to you?
Exactly.
Sí, exactamente. Even he saw a balloon in the first place. I do not like the sound of it. It is very bad for business. I have a good mind to sue the land of Bohemia.
If you attack us, we will strike back. He will be war, all out war. Also, I need a balloon.
Oh, certainly, little boy.
What happened to All Out War? War means nothing. when you give somebody a balloon. Please don't take that out of context, please. Mr. Loon certainly didn't appear to be lying, but that doesn't change the fact that the testimony and evidence are contradictory here. Rich. Rich folk, am I right?
If the defense is unable to find flaw with the witnesses' statements, the court must consider them the truth. Think long and hard on that, my learned friend.
Situation has clearly changed now. I have to get to the bottom of what happened here, no matter what it takes.
Counsel, you may now cross-examine the witnesses.
Okay. Okay, so what are we gonna do here? Mr. Loon's balloons. I definitely need to cross-examine. I definitely need to figure out what's going on here.
Hold it!
Okay, so tell me. You couldn't just have forgotten one, maybe? Senor. I might not notice if I was given 100 lentils and one was missing. But we are talking about 3 enormous balloons. Wrong button, sorry. Do you believe I could make a mistake about something so grand and expensive?
I took the liberty of having Inspector Gregson check this gentleman's warehouse. I have the report here. It clearly says a total of 3 balloons. It would appear no mistake has been made then.
Surely Miss Lestrade could have sent for such a menial task. What, me? I'll tell you what to tell the boss. Decent kids like me can only count up to 2. Maybe you should, I don't know, learn to count because you want to be a detective? Obviously that ain't true, but the boss bought it and said he'd have to go himself in that case. Oh, I see. You you sneaky man. He just said, I can't do this. Okay. Altering balloons attacking passengers. If they fell to the ground explosion, it would be catastrophe. Alright. It would be quite a catastrophe if they fell on the ground for any reason, I think. On that note, Mr. Loon, tell me, what is it that keeps these balloons in the sky? Are you an idiota? Sorry? That is like asking, why does a candle burn bright? It burns bright because it burns bright. And a balloon flies because it flies. What else? It's gonna bite your butt, Gina. Shh. Don't talk about Gina's butt like that. That must be Italian for I don't know.
There are 2 types of flying balloons, hot air balloons and gas balloons.
And are you?
Hot air balloons work on the principle of hot air being less dense than cold air.
Metaphorically. Metaphorically. Phew. What is happening in my chat?
Whereas gas balloons derive their lift by using a gas that is lighter than air.
See, and my balloons are filled with the magic gas, I believe.
Hydrogen, lighter than air but highly explosive.
Good lord! I do not permit smoking of the cigarettes in any of my balloons. The magic gas does not like fire.
Even a small spark of static electricity could cause the entire balloon to explode.
What is the matter with you, senor? All that comes out of your mouth is explosione, explosione. I tell you, my balloons are perfectly safe. They have to be, or I cannot eat.
None of my balloons exploded that day, I am completely sure. But if you still say that is what happened, you must show me the proof.
I am willing to believe that he's saying the truth, that none of his balloons exploded. What we're looking for is not one of his balloons, we're looking for another person's balloons here. Careful, buddy. Your head balloon is gonna blow up. Alright, so Mr. Loon had 3 balloons in the air that day. If none of them were damaged, then what was the one that exploded? Exactly. Dr. S. I don't think we are the same. I know.
Hold it!
Okay, tell me more about this one though. I was surprised to find the piece of fabric still at the scene. Really? Didn't you search the area surrounding the stage for clues? Nah, I'm not into picking stuff off the ground, me. I always works out that way better. Diving into people's pockets instead. You are an inspector, a police officer. You are a member of law enforcement. What are you doing still stealing? Oh my gosh. What is going on in my chat? I don't even want to repeat that. Oh my gosh. At least we are respecting the dead, I guess? Oh my gosh. So much for the new career path. I know. Mind you, the boss was on his hands and knees picking up all kinds of rubbish from the floor. Aspen give it and Aspen take it away. Oh no. Why? What did I do to deserve this? I mean, I started the whole Aspen thing, but still. Thing is though, the cage went crashing into the Crystal Tower, didn't it? That's when most of the investigation was going on. Even so, I would have thought someone from Scotland Yard would have picked this up as evidence. Sorry, Cobra. Don't be. I do like a lively chat. Oh, listen to you. You stumble across a bit of balloon and suddenly you're the best investigator in the world. I'm better than you, Gina. Neither. Pardon? Well, you ain't got a badge, ain't ya? Hey, this one! I could arrest you with this if I wanted to. Are you sure that's not made out of cardboard, Gina? Wouldn't put it past her. Damn, Gina, she's salty. You know what, Death?
Never. Never. Asman lives forever.
Come to think of it, there was talk of some scourging on the ground and immediately we heard about the investigation. Scourging on the ground? Seriously. The cake is ass, man. I mean, true. I'm probably gonna extend it a bit more. So there was a considerable damage to the stage and surrounding area, wasn't there? Yeah, some of the cows what were watching the experiment were caught in the blast and injured. Good job, the old contraption didn't kill over, huh? I hadn't even considered that. It seems there was a great panic after the incident occurred. Nevertheless, the police shouldn't have missed a torn piece of the envelope from a balloon. Inspector Gregson can expect repercussions. Like me swiping all his fish and chips, huh? The man's sole pleasure. Don't take Gregson's fish and chips. That is the only thing that's keeping him sane. None of this matters. That scrap of balloon envelope means nothing, niente. Yeah. We don't have a picture about the balloons, right? I wish I had a picture about the scene. Well, that tells me nothing, so... Let's press again, see what happens. You mean the color is wrong? Wrong? Si, signori. I do not have any green balloons in my warehouse. And yet a piece of green cloth was found at the scene, and it's unmistakably from a balloon. Well, I do not know what that can be. For the sake of argument, let's say a green balloon did explode above the stage. You couldn't therefore conclude that it happened on the day of question. Why not? There have been recreational balloon flights over Hyde Park operating from before the Great Exhibition. One could have exploded on some earlier date. Unfortunate, as I'm sure you'd agree. If it happened, then it would have made the news, right? You believe it may have been from some earlier balloon accident that predates the exhibition? Si, exactamente, as the señor said. It is not from one of my balloons. Really, this little ragazzo from Bohemia is mistaken about what he saw. I don't think he appreciates that. I don't think our kid appreciates that. She's okay.
Excuse me.
Okay, dude. First of all, take a chill pill. Second, is something wrong, Mr. It Master Wilton crosses Sigmund Anstein. It was on the tip of my tongue. Yeah, something is very wrong. I know what I saw. There was a green balloon there. I saw it. I swear all over Bohemia. Please don't do that all over Bohemia. Please don't. Again, wrong button. You can speak as much back language as you like, but it changes nothing. If you don't have evidence, ragazzo, then I must tell your parents to punish you, eh? Perhaps we'll let the judge decide when it comes to punishments. Evidence? What is this evidence? You give a simple example, your man. A photograph, for instance. Some tangible proof of what you claim. Well, why didn't you say so sooner? I have the photograph here. Good gracious! What? I had not been up in my balloon for a little while, so I was very excited. I took lots and lots of photographs. At the Crystal Tower, at the Bohemian exhibit, at the streets of London, at the Hot Wheels cellar, at the balloon. I know. And the instantaneous kinesis experiment? Did you take a picture of that? Yeah, one picture. Really? Did you take one? But all I wanted was a ride in a balloon. I was not interested in boarding experiments. Never mind that. Can you show us that photograph? Oh, here we go. She might be worried because this is where we see her slacking off. Of course, and then you will see that I am not lying, that I really did see a green balloon. Really? Are you? You have to be taking the piss on me. What the hell is this picture? Well, I see you are all too shocked to speak. Gosh. It will come. It will come again. But that pic.
Yes, I think shocked is indeed the word, young man.
Yeah, because you cannot see what. You cannot see that it was a green balloon from this photograph, but. But it was not my fault! It was the fault of the secret person in the messing camera! That is one very bohemian sounding cry.
Very well. The court will accept this photograph as evidence.
Alright, photograph taken by Guts whilst he was riding in a balloon. It shows another balloon that he claims was green and exploded moments after he took this shot. Okay.
It's not my fault. It's the fault of the user who makes the camera.
Sheesh, calm down, buddy. Okay, this is the picture in question. Okay, here's some things, however. Oh my god! This picture shows a lot more than you think it was. Okay. What jumped? Okay. Question for the chat. What jumps at you when you first see this? You know what? This? Okay. Where's the cannon? It's probably not a cannon. It's probably the... Yes! The balloon is empty. This is not one of Loon's balloons. Because there's no passengers here. That's exactly what I was telling. The first thing that came into my mind. There's nobody here. This is an empty balloon. This is also important too. The fact that something seems to be coming from the ground, like, and it's shooting straight to here. But this is taken before the explosion over here because we see the Assman here still alive, and this guy pulling the levers. Hold up. Look at the construction. Look at the construction. Let me just. No. Let me actually zoom in with this. Look at the construction underneath the cage. Doesn't that look suspiciously like a trapdoor? Look at the construction. It looks like it could like break apart and just let something drop down. Oh yeah, you're right. There's no way he could have been able to like, oh wow. Thank you for that observation, Wendy. This is her brain over here, and this is the cage. He would have to like quickly jump from there to here to stab the guy, and then jump back to like to the thing. There's no way he could have done that without somebody seeing that. You're right. There's so much stuff in here. Oh my gosh. This is like Lotta Heart 2.0 right here. A picture that we think is absolutely useless and it has a wealth of information. This is freaking Lotta Heart 2.0. Okay. Okay, let's calm down. Let's calm down. This might actually break the whole case open. I'm actually very happy about this. Well, never mind. I'm sure you have plenty of wonderful sepia memories to take home with you. Or someone killing on the ground. I mean, yeah. In any case, when exactly did you take that photograph? Well, it was on the day of a big explosion. You don't say. When I pressed the shutter release, there was this very loud bang. So he took it literally seconds before the explosion. Nice. and hot vein rose over my face. Okay, that means this photograph was taken a split second before the explosion occurred. I know, this is really nice. Well, if you ask me, this black and white photograph changes nothing. I could not give the flying fig. Whoa, Loon. Language, please. This is a family-friendly game of investigating murders, but still, we're trying to keep it family-friendly. Lovely language you picked up in front of a child. As I thought, Mr. Loon's testimony just doesn't quite add up. Dude, there's a kid right next to you. He doesn't give a crap. The young Bohemian boy claims to have seen another fourth balloon, but Mr. Loon vehemently denies the possibility. And it's hard to imagine the man in charge could be mistaken about the number that were in the air. Still, this inconsistency must tell us something, I'm sure. Okay. This is the inconsistency. All three of my balloons were carrying passengers, but the balloon that is shown in the picture is not carrying any passengers. That is the inconsistency, and that is where I'm gonna go through after I save. Sorry. I am almost 100% certain this is what needs to be done.
Objection.
Yes! Unfortunately, the photograph Master Gods took can't tell us the color of the balloon, but it can tell us something else. Something crucially important. What? It shows that the picture balloon wasn't carrying any passengers. My goodness, you're right! But surely all the balloons would have been carrying passengers. There would be no sense in it otherwise. See! They are for pleasure, for seeing the view. My balloons only fly with passengers. Which tells us that the picture balloon isn't one of them. So when the incident occurred that day, there was a fourth balloon on the skies above the experimentation stage! The mysterious green balloon! I know nothing! I can only tell you one thing. If this balloon was not carrying passengers, then it was not one of mine! Yeah, we have a breakdown. But here's the thing, Death. We have color pictures already. This is a color picture. So we do have color pictures in this game already, so it's obvious that the camera he has is an older model. I'm so sorry for the dude. But yeah, you have an old camera. Look at him, his head.
Objection.
There are illegal tradesmen everywhere you care to look. Clearly, one such entrepreneur decided to capitalize on the opportunity presented by the great exhibition. Poor kid got duped. He probably paid top dollar for that camera and he's like regretting it. I swear, I think Mr. Loon needs to go to a doctor because his head is just going boom, 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 boom. That is the mother of all headaches. And managed to operate balloon flights on Mr. Loon's patch without him realizing. See, the competizione, trying to steal me profits. I did not notice because of the experimento that went wrong on the stage. So, this fourth balloon exploded at the very same moment Mr. Assman was beamed from the stage below. Right. So then Scrasta fell their gun after and left in scorch marks? He's probably an airhead. Oh my god. They didn't come from the stage at all. It was bits of the balloon raining down. And because no one was in it, they didn't get no attention. Mysterious fourth balloon carrying no passengers silently floating above the experimentation stage.
Objection!
Yep, I went there. I mean, he doesn't even know what how his balloons work. Like, here's the thing. I'm okay if you're like a low-level employee and you don't know how things work in your corporation because you're only like do basic things. But if you are the owner of your company, you can't sit here and tell me, I don't know how things work. I just do things and people give me money. AKA, yes, I agree. He's definitely an airhead. This photograph shows us nothing more. A stray balloon carrying none and operated by some rogue trader. Clearly has nothing to do with the case. Its relevance does elude me, I must say. The court has seen sufficient evidence and heard ample testimony already. The prosecution calls for this trial to be concluded. Whoa. Don't. Let's not get hasty now. Guys, the policeman is the only one who's thinking about things here. Really? Have we really got to the truth yet? No, I can't let this opportunity slip away. The jurors' minds are made up, and it's not in our favor. What else can this photograph tell us if there's nothing more we can learn from it? Come on, this is our Lotta Heart opportunity. This is our Lotta opportunity. There's a lot of opportunities to learn from this thing, and yes, that was a pun.
Objection!
For you Ace Attorney fans out there. Don't push a good-looking vampire. I know. He only gets by because he's hot. And ladies and gentlemen of the jury, wait. Please don't give your decisions yet. The photograph from Master Guts may well be hiding one more vital clue. What's that? A vital clue?
Objection!
We're well past the point of mere possibilities. It's time for definitives now, so tell the court. What exactly does this alleged clue photograph prove? Hey Windy, remember what you told me about the picture? Oh, that magician is scary. That is absolutely scary. Yeah, do it. I just said that out loud. Nice. We can reasonably assume that the picture balloon was destroyed in the searing heat of the explosion. Sir, that's right, sir. It was not my fault. Evidently. Because the birdcage from the Kinesis machine materialized in the sky where it had been flying. And the balloon, being filled with flammable hydrogen, instantly and explosively ignited.
Objection!
No, that's not what happened. What? It would appear that this photograph requires closer examination. Counsel for the defense, you will highlight the location of this alleged clue in the photograph for the court. Of course, my lord. If you look closely, it's plain enough to see. And what's shown is linked to another piece of evidence we have. In a way that leads to an unbelievable conclusion. The clue that heavily suggests the real reason for the balloon exploded is right about here, I think. Oh, please let me be right. Oh, wait, I need to press X.
Take that!
Zlaza! The timing of this photograph can only be described as miraculous. Miraculous. If you look, you'll notice there's a bright white line that appears to point directly at the balloon.
Most likely a ray of light caught incidentally on the film.
I'm afraid I can't see nothing of the sort.
Get some glasses, Judge, some better glasses. If you look with a magnifying glass, my lord, it becomes clear that what the nature of this bright line really is. Oh, are we actually going to use the magnifying glass?
Goodness, what is that? Undeniably some flashlight, yes.
Oh, Collie, do you think it might be lightning?
But it couldn't have been a finer day.
I believe we may be looking at fire.
A bolt of fire, leading straight for the balloon like an arrow.
You hit it on the head, Juror number 6.
Indeed, even to my aging eyes, it would appear to be a flame of some sort. My word, are you suggesting this flame struck the hydrogen gas that filled the balloon?
Objection!
That's absurd. Absurd. The balloon would have been 60 feet above the ground at the time. No flame could possibly have reached such a height.
Objection!
Actually, it's my opinion that a particular piece of evidence found at the scene reveals how that is exactly what it did happen. You cracked it, it was lightning. Yes, he was correct, it was lightning.
What evidence? If such evidence exists, counsel, then for goodness sake, present it, man! Which evidence explains this mysterious streak of flame that appears to be headed directly for the balloon?
We know, right? Don't we? It's the crossbow.
Take that!
This was found hidden at the foot of a small ornamental tree near the scene.
Good lord! Is that a crossbow?
An arrow dipped in oil and set alight would have been shot from this weapon, sending a flaming arrow straight into the hydrogen-filled balloon.
Or you suggest that crossbow was used to deliberately...
Oh, I mean, you're right. The streak of light in the photo looks just like an arrow had done it.
Then, the explosione of the balloon, it was...
Very likely the result of a flaming arrow from this crossbow igniting the hydrogen gas inside it.
Oh!
Don't do the heart! Your heart's open! Oh my god.
Order! Order! Counsel, this is an extraordinary supposition.
If the aim was to cause the balloon to explode, the shooter could have used a gun, of course. However, there's an obvious reason why that would have been out of the question.
The noise of the discharge, of course.
That's right. By using a crossbow, the projectile could be fired at the balloon relatively silently. Well, yeah. If someone had shot a gun on the exhibition grounds, it would have caused a real panic. But with the big explosion, there was a very big panic anyway, no? I don't like this. I should be pleased to have found a plausible new explanation for all this, but something feels wrong. Yeah, because...
Objection!
Do you understand the implications of what you are saying, my Nipponese friend?
Actually, I don't. I am absolutely... I don't know what's going on right now. Like, right now, honestly. If a flaming arrow did indeed hit the balloon, then obviously it would have exploded. Is it forged? Forged evidence? I seriously hope it's not forged evidence, because that'd be kind of iffy right now. And if the birdcage appeared from the cloud of smoke that ensued... Oh! I see the implications. Oh, wait a minute. What do you say, really? I don't get it. But
Was the birdcage being out to the sky after all? What? My goodness me! Come on, go for my logic. Go for the logic that I said before. Now I understand.
That's what the sinking feeling is about. I think there's a good chance that the birdcage was actually concealed inside the balloon all along. What? Did I just hear that correctly, Council? There's no going back now. The horse has bolted. Oh, Death, you were not here when I was explaining my theory, right? I think only Windy was here. But basically, my theory consists that there has to be a third and a fourth person with dealing with the whole case here. Okay, let me run you through my theory real quickly. Using this. So, we're assuming that there was another balloon here. So what happened is that there were two explosions. One happened here, one happened here. So there's already been two mentions of an engineer. Okay, I need water. Give me a second. I need some water. There's already been two mentions of an engineer because our defendant, the scientist, designed this thing, but he didn't build it. An engineer built it according to the specifications of the scientist. My theory is that that engineer built a flaw in this thing so it would explode. And also he built a trapdoor. That engineer dressed himself as Assman and killed Assman prior to the events of the event. Then put Assman in the balloon. So then the event happens, the explosion happens, the engineer falls down from the trapdoor and falls around here. At the same time, there has to be a fourth person on the ground aiming the crossbow at the balloon. When the explosion happens, the other person shoots an arrow to the balloon, which also explodes, dropping Assman down here. That is my theory of the events, version 1.2. And so far, the entire case has gone exactly as I have been predicting. Maybe there's a theory, maybe there's something that I... So, let's assume, as I said, that the birdcage was hidden inside the green balloon from the start. On stage, when the experiment was started, the birdcage in the instantaneous kinesis machine disappeared in a cloud of smoke. At that moment, the flaming arrow was fired from the ground, causing the green balloon to explode and drawing the attention of the spectators to the sky above their heads. From amid the smoke, the hidden birdcage then appeared to fall down and crash into the crystal tower. I think you'll all agree it's entirely plausible that what I've just described is the real truth behind the miraculous experiment carried out that day. God grief! I know, dude, I know.
Objection!
This is ludicrous. What you describe is no science experiment. It's child's play. A contemptible display of stage ma- Just for the sake of argument, or just to make sure, who is juror number 3? Isn't juror number 3 a magician?
Okay, both Mr. Sholmes and Iris said that the experiment was a scientific impossibility. In which case, this is the only way to explain what happened that day. And in any case, the victim's body was found inside the birdcage in Crystal Tower. If the instantaneous kinesis didn't take place, how do you explain that? This is the thing. This is the thing. Okay, you know how I can explain this? We weren't able to check. Sorry. Oh my gosh. We weren't able to investigate the scene of the crime. If we investigated the scene of the crime, I guarantee you, we're gonna find a trapdoor. I stake my livelihood as a glass maker. That is the truth. By the way, I'm not a glass maker. Mr. Magician, hi. I was wondering when you're gonna interject, because we need to talk about this. I hope you're not suspicious yourself. Just saying. If I may put a word as a man of magic myself, such apparent discrepancies can easily be explained by one simple deception. You're number 3. All that would be needed is a doppelganger. Someone who looked very similar to the victim, Mr. Asman. Another point I made. Thank you. And having this other man appear on stage to front the show as a double. The speed, if nervous. He might be a little bit nervous, but you know, if he actually can explain this whole thing, that would be great. Yes, of course. So, in fact, Mr. Asman must have been inside the birdcage that was concealed inside the balloon right from the start.
Objection!
That balloon would have been filled with hydrogen. Anything hidden inside it would have been scattered to the 4 winds when it exploded. No one would have embarked on such a risky venture. Not necessarily. The explosive force of the balloon cast would very much depend on the mixture ratio. You're number 2? Number 4? Iron balloons are rarely filled with pure hydrogen, but a mixture of other gases such as helium as well. Helium on its own doesn't explode, but by controlling the gas mixture ratio, the explosive force can be altered. The mixture ratio. Obviously, the victim's body would have suffered some burns. That would be unavoidable. But no, not to an extent as to render the whole obscene charade impossible. Alright, Death. Have a nice night, evening, afternoon, however late it is there. Thank you so much for being here. I will continue on until I think a little bit longer. And then tomorrow at the usual time, earlier in the morning, I will continue streaming more stuff. So thank you for being here, and let's continue on with the show. So everything that happened can be explained, logically and scientifically. The explosion that engulfed the stage at the start of the experiment was no accident. It was all part of an elaborate deception to make it appear that instantaneous kinesis had occurred. Well, goodness me. And if we accept that this is what happened, it means that the victim, Mr. Asman, was never present on the public experimentation stage to begin with. In short, he couldn't have been killed by the defendant who was on stage in full view the entire time. Shut the heart! This will be very hard for the prosecution to counter. Thorfinn Six can't credibly maintain that Professor Herbert is a suspect now. And he does just that. No, 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 no! Do not! Do not! Do not! No! Damn it! I'm done with this guy. I am so done with this guy. Not even Natsume was this obnoxious about, oh my god. I hate you. I hate you, Hairbrain. I hate you so much. You need to shut up right now. Ah, damn it! This game is testing with my patience. It's testing my patience so much.
Mr. Naruhodo, I appreciate your efforts. Thank you. Professor? But you can stop now. Just keep your mouth shut, please. Sorry? What's all this about, Mr. Hairbrain? I, Albert Hairbrain, hereby confess that it was me who stabbed Mr. Oti Asman. This idiot is going to give me a heart attack. What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you, Hairbrain? You are... God. Oh my God, I'm about to lose it with this guy. I'm about to lose it with this guy. Yes, it was me. With my faithful friend and partner, Andrew the Screwdriver.
I will punch you. I will punch you so hard you will never be able to wear glasses for the rest of your life.
Well, this guy. You need to know when you can talk and when you cannot talk. You are so close from being declared innocent. And for your stupid integrity of saying that your thing actually freaking works, you are willing to die. Do you understand that your stupid pride is going to kill you? When will you learn that your actions have consequences?
Okay, I'm good. Let's continue. What? I know, this is...
Order!
Okay, Naruhodo, really quickly. The defense does not say these words. The defense... Something along the lines of the defense does not recognize Mr. Hairbrain's words. We will continue the defense.
Defendant, explain this not in confession.
Objection.
Professor Hairbrain, what are you talking about? It's what it said all along. Sorry, wrong button. I must protect my hypothesis. And my precious machine. You stand there and claim it was all a trick. All an elaborate prank. But where is your proof? No, you'd have to examine the machine if you wanted to prove it. But then it would all be over. My beautiful hypothesis would be laid bare. I mean, the indignity of it. It's clear that you drew the plans for the experiment, but you didn't actually build it. Here we go, finally! It's quite conceivable that you were duped, Professor. If you... Bardock!
Yes.
I'll cooperate. I'll do whatever you say.
I swear it. So please, ensure the special dispensation for scientific equipment act is adhered to and protect my creation.
Please, stupid idiot, listen to your defense. You were probably duped.
Pray, forgive the discourtesy of filling my hallowed chalice at this critical juncture. Here's to my learned Nipponese friend.
What? Yeah, I'd pour one out too. Pour one out for my sanity.
And his upcoming attempt to clarify the defense's position in the light of the accused's confession.
Huh?
Do you intend to formally assert that the experiment was nothing more than a conjuring trick? Because the moment you do, the special dispensation for scientific the Special Dispensation for Scientific Equipment Act that protects the professor's invention will cease to apply. The prosecution will then demand a rigorous examination of the machinery involved in order to establish the truth. It has to be done. However, if you acknowledge that the machine is genuine and instrumental in the victim's murder, any chance of investigating will be crushed, and the confidentiality of the professor's hypothesis preserved. Well, counsel, what is the defense's official position on this matter?
Professor Herbrain, my client, actually asked of me was to prove that the explosion on stage was an accident and protect the secrecy of his hypothesis. There's no way to do that without implying the professor's guilt. Do I protect my client's life by asserting his innocence? Or do I uphold my client's direct request but see him condemned? Either way, I can't avoid betraying his trust.
I know. You've been silent long enough. Isn't talking your trade, my learned friend? Or has all knowledge of English escaped your confused Nipponese mind?
Oh, shut it with your casual racism, Van Six.
Mr. Naruhodo. There's no escape here. I have to make a choice. But it's an impossible one. To give up on something, but what?
The defense asserts that the defendant's instantaneous kinesis machine was, in fact...
I'm sorry, dude. I'm so sorry, but it needs to be done.
And that's a stream! Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching.
That is my absolutely horrible MatPat impersonation.
No, we are not ending here just yet. There's no other way to go about this. Ah! No, I can't say it. My client places faith in me. I just can't let him down.
Come on, Ryunosuke, do it.
What I must give up is not the question you have to ask yourself here. Who's telling me this? Is it Kazuma-san? It's what can I protect? No! No. No, 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 no. Oh my gosh. Where? When? How? How? When? Hi! Welcome back! I seriously thought it was Kazuma-san just from the Beyond or something like that. Also, I was thinking maybe, oh my gosh, Sholmes? No, Sholmes is at work. Maybe Iris? Hello again, Mr. Naruhodo. It's been far too long. So, but what are you? Ow! Ow! Ah. My first Susato takedown in 6 months, of course. It's like, first thing you see after you see me, just throw me to the ground, of course. It'll be time to talk later, Mr. Naruhodo. For now, we must concentrate on the task at hand. Which is working out, not what I have to give up on, but what I can protect. Professor Hairbrain. Oh! Yes. Yesterday you told me that science is the pursuit of truth. Well, my job is to pursue the truth too. Yes, of course. And personally, I believe that you didn't stab Mr. Asman. I think you've come to realize something yourself too, haven't you? That your experiment and the machine you built with the victim are questionable. The truth behind that, we must both pursue now. He's like, well. So, you finally open your eyes. What? And as for you, Albert, I can't ignore this any longer. Having heard my learned friend's assertion, don't you have something to say? Barok. Lord Van Six? Gosh, I never heard him speak that way before. In truth, there is one thing. Something I've remembered that's of relevance. What? What do you remember? On the day it happened, just before I began the experiment, I saw a man near the stage. A man holding that crossbow. I beg your pardon? Professor, did the man have any distinguishing features? What did he look like? Anything at all? Oh, taller than me, and thinner than me, and with straight hair, straighter and wider than mine. Okay, tall, thin, long, straight hair. That's good starts. Do we know anybody like that? No one so far. No one so far. Let me see. One less lens than mine. A monocle. A rather stylish black monocle. But one thing in particular will help us to find. You see, I know him very well. After all, he's the engineer. What did I tell you? What? He built the machine. That's right. Mr. Asman introduced him to me a year ago. He's a man by the name of... Enoch Draper. Enoch Draper. There's a pun in there. I can feel it, but I can't get it yet. Enoch Draper? Does the name mean something? Members of the jury seem flustered. Not a name any scientist wishes to hear.
That man is an abomination.
Not a name any conjurer wishes to hear either. Who on earth is he?
Afraid this isn't the first tale of this nature that I've heard in the scientific circles in connection with that name. There's talk of other flamboyant experiments that turn out to be nothing but stage trickery in the end. Obviously, there are scholars after the government's research grant money.
When magicians are in need of money, I've heard them resorting to these underhanded tactics. Some acquaintances of mine with experience in such things have mentioned Enoch Drebber's names before.
The man is both an engineer and a magician, yes. We're dealing with an unparalleled confidence trickster here. That's Enoch Drebber for you.
I see. So, we've been tricked. We've been totally tricked by this Drebber guy. So it's true then. My invention, my great machine, it was just a grand illusion. Considering what we just heard about Mr. Drebber's character, I'm sorry to say, that sounds increasingly likely. Even though no one else believed it, I wanted to. I wanted to believe that machine would function exactly as my hypothesis predicted.
Which is why you were so opposed to it being investigated, I presume.
I knew that if the machine was examined in detail, its construction would give away my hypothesis. Obviously, I didn't want that to happen, but at the same time, I knew that if it was found to be nothing more than a trick, than a work of deception, then everything I worked towards, all my research, all my dreams, my whole life would be over. I was terrified of the prospect. So, you really had no idea then, did you? About the true nature of the machine that was built, and the true nature of Mr. Drebber. I never questioned anything. I didn't want to question it. It's entirely possible that Mr. Assman and Mr. Drebber were working together to use you as a means to fraudulently acquiring the research grant money. Yep, that sounds true. When I announced my invention to the crowds that day, it was the finest moment of my career. I pulled all the levers and turned all the dials in exactly the way Drebber had described. When the smoke suddenly started billowing out, I panicked. I didn't know what was happening. But I really don't know how the whole illusion was made to work. I don't know anything anymore. Poor man.
Let me confirm one final point with you, Professor. Do you now consent to the prosecution submitting the necessary paperwork to release your invention from the protection afforded by the Special Dispensation for Scientific Equipment Act?
Yes. Please go ahead. I'm very sorry. So here's the thing about this case. Does this prove that we didn't do it? Because that's the whole thing here. It would appear that we shall have to suspend proceedings for the remainder of the day now. Lord Van Six.
My lord?
The Corps has newly been made aware of another party whose involvement in this matter is critical.
Yes, Mr. Drebber.
Gather information about the man. If possible, I should like himself with a subpoena.
With pleasure, my lord.
Now, counsel for the defense.
Yes, my lord.
When we reconvene, I shall be looking for one thing and one thing alone from you. Evidence. The defendant is innocent of the crime for which he presently stands accused.
I understand.
Good. In that case, this court is adjourned until tomorrow morning.
And that is going... Let me see. Wait, before I say anything. Okay. Let's go through this, and when we hit that to be continued, that's when we are going to... Because there has to be a to be continued here. I'm sorry, dude. I'm so sorry, dude. Mr. Naruhodo! Huh? Yes. I'm so sorry. Well, for starters, you could start by groveling at my feet because I freaking called it. Nobody pick up that phone. I was wrong. You were right. I tricked you. You trusted me. I dragged you into my mess. Oh, how did it even come to this? I'm so sorry. You really have no idea, Professor, about what Mr. Drebber was really up to, I mean, about what he was really constructing. Naturally, that machine was the embodiment of my hypothesis, of all my hopes and dreams. I had complete faith in it. Alright, in that case, I won't say any more. Now, sadly, the murder accusations against you still stand. So, we must do as much investigation as we can before the trial resumes tomorrow. That didn't help. Well, thank you so much for doing so much for me. Okay. In the meantime... I'm so sorry for arriving late this afternoon, Mr. Naruhodo. Arriving late? Didn't you receive my postcard? I wanted to let you know when I'd arrive. Postcard? What postcard? Oh, you troll! You absolute troll! I hid it from you, Runa, so it would be a surprise. Well, did it work? I was surprised, alright, especially when you threw me to the ground. Oh dear, I'm so sorry. I was just so happy to see you again that it sort of slipped out. Is that gonna be your quitting card? Hi, how you doing? Let me throw you to the ground. Maybe we should stick to more traditional displays of emotion in the future? A hug, a handshake, hi. Susie's train was late in the London Victoria this morning, you see. But we made the coachman really whip the horses hard so she wouldn't miss the whole trial. I was watching from the gallery for a while, but in the end, I'm afraid I couldn't contain myself. Well, I'm glad you didn't. Oh, having you at my side in court gives me the strength I need to win. So, I'm delighted to see you back in London. You're too kind, Miss Naruhodo. I'm delighted to be here. I hope I can continue to be of service to you. Of course. So, what's brought you back? Did Professor Mikotoba not protest? Let's save all the conversation for when we're back at home, shall we? And you know, I've made one of my most special blends ever for this special occasion. Oh, Iris, how wonderful. I can't wait. Susato-san was back in London. It's hard to describe how happy that made me feel at the time, but despite my elation, our tale was about to take yet another extraordinary turn. Because as they tell me, this is the part of the case where things become very, very interesting. And I cannot wait. I seriously cannot wait. But we're gonna have to wait for next time because that's it. That's it for this case. Oh boy. So I think that's gonna do it for this stream. Because I'm gonna let the rest of this. I'm gonna come back next time. Next time we come back on DS Attorney, let me put it this way. We'll be here for to investigate on the second day. And tomorrow, by the way, we'll be playing. What will we be playing? I need to double check, but we'll be back tomorrow morning. Hopefully. In the meantime, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful, fantastic day. And I'll see you later.